So now that AEW Forbidden Door is over, I'd like to share with you my thoughts on the best type of Forbidden Door and what I like to call true Forbidden Door. This show that I created will last 2 or 3 days, probably like a 2, 3, and 4 hour thing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If possible. But I think WWE would have a thing about Friday and SmackDown, so it'll probably be a 2 day thing. Probably like 4 hours each day. So True Forbidden Door. And I've taken wrestlers from literally every single organization. Who they are, stay tuned in the video to find out. And there's no repeat matches here, a lot of singles matches, and quite a bit of women's matches as well. I got a pre-show. I have a lot of different matches here, by the way. So, like, you're not going to believe the kind of people that I have in this thing. By the way, MJF and CM Punk is not on this list because, well, they're not really as good as people say they are. Punk is a crowd getter for sure, but the people on this thing will fill seats anyway. If I were to make this card, I would definitely go for a 50,000 seat arena because of how good this card is. There's one particular person in the card that's not a really good wrestler, but they can fill the seats for sure. So, and when you find out who his opponent is, you'll be shocked as well. But I put the person in the ring who I believe can get the most out of them, and also diverse styles as well. I was thinking about as well. So I'll go through why I put certain people in certain matchups here. So I only got about 13 minutes left. So here we go. On the buy-in, the pre-show, I have 3 matches. I have Santana Ortiz versus LAX from MLW. To my knowledge, the LAX and Santana Ortiz, the new LAX and Santana Ortiz, aka Proud and Powerful, have not fought each other. So I would think that would be a nice little kickoff for the thing, having MLW versus AEW. Orange Cassidy versus Hook. Because of their I don't give a styles, I like to see how that works in a match. Orange Cassidy's high flying style and Hook's suplex abilities. That's the main reason why I put those two together. Even though they're both AEW, I think it's a really good clutch of styles. Rich Swann and Willie Mack versus a question mark team. Nice little tease for the pre-show. Here we go with the main show. Like I said, this will take place through multiple days, so what happens in what order, it'll be seen down the line. But these are the matchups there that people can look forward to for true Forbidden Door. Oh, you're not. Starting off hot here, we have FTR, the greatest tag team right now for sure. Definitely gets the crowd popping. Versus the Usos. I really like the dynamic between them. Usos are the best tag team in WWE right now, anyway. Versus FTR, the best tag team in AEW. Next one will be a triple threat tag team match. This should I got 2 of them on here, so both of them should be a barn burner. So the triple threat tag team match for True Forbidden Door number 1 is Los Ingobernables, whatever the fuck you say that name, Rush and Andrade versus The New Day versus Penta and Phoenix. You know it's going to be good. The next one is the Young Bucks versus Darby Sting versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Oh, by the way, this card, I forgot to say this in the beginning, but this card is predetermined and no one will be getting sick, no injuries, no last minute changes. Everybody here is guaranteed to be here. No bullshit, no cards subject to change nonsense. Everybody on this card is guaranteed to be there. Next up, we have the women's matches. Serena Deeb versus Bianca Belair. Then, singles match. Becky Lynch versus Deonna Purrazzo, the Virtuosa. Next singles match. Thunder Rosa versus Sasha Banks. Final women's match. Jade Cargill and Camille versus Charlotte Flair and Taya Valkyrie. We have AEW with NWA, with WWE, and Impact Wrestling. You're welcome. Next up, the final section. The singles matches of the men. NJPW. Hiromu Takahashi versus Sammy Guevara. Why them? They're both fucking nuts. There we go. Bandito of Ring of Honor versus El Desperado. Moose versus Jonathan Gresham. Moose is a huge guy. Gresham is not. Gresham is a technical guy. Moose is not. Moose can go. Gresham can go. Let's see what happens with that size disparity. Let's see if Gresham can overcome that. The next section are the bigger names that most people should know. Naito. Los Ingobernables de Japón versus Riddle. Both those guys are extremely popular in their respective organizations, but not top tier. But they like to put on good matches. High-flying, technical kind of people there. So, like, I would like to see the determination of Riddle versus Naito's tenacity. I'd like to see that kind of match. And the final 6 are the tippy top of the true Forbidden Door. Chris Jericho versus someone for some reason he never fought in NJPW. He fought Tanahashi. I don't think he fought Okada. He fought Naito. He fought Evil. But he did not fight Sanada. Sanada's stock has risen greatly. I like to see Jericho versus Sanada. And here, besides Jericho, here are the money makers that's going to fill this fucking thing up to the fucking skies. Maybe 80,000 people would be good for these final 5 people there. Maybe 80,000 people filling up there for the final 5. So, the top 5, the draws of this whole thing. Oh boy, here we go. If the other matches weren't good enough, these are the seat fillers. These will be the people that fill those fucking seats. Here we go. Brock Lesnar versus MLW's Hammerstone. If you don't know what he looks like this. Need I say any more? Exactly. He's the MLW champion. He looks kind of like Brock Lesnar. He wrestles just as good as him. WWE wanted him badly, but they didn't get him. This guy's great. Trust me. Next one is, I didn't say his name yet, AJ Styles versus, not Will Ospreay, he's not on the list. He could be, I'm not against him, versus Zack Sabre Jr. I like when styles contrast, and AJ and his high-flying style versus Zack Sabre Jr.'s like submission ground style, I want to see who wins. Don't you? Next one, Kazuchika Okada versus Brian Danielson. I still wrote it as Daniel Bryan, by the way. Old habits die hard. So yeah, I know the world wants to see that match. So that's one of the ones that's in the fill of seats. Here we have the co-main event. And when it comes to putting asses in seats, yeah, these last two matches will definitely do it. All from different organizations, by the way. So the co-main event. Number 1. Roman Reigns versus Josh Alexander. Impact Wrestling champion. Built very well. Great performer. Great talker as well. I like the dynamic between them. They look polar opposite differently, per se, when it comes to their styles in the ring. They both can go for like 20 minutes or so. I think Roman can. But to see Roman on the show against a quote-unquote nobody to the fans out there, when they have no idea why he is what he is, oh boy. And what would be one of the other main events, of course, Kenny Omega versus MLW's Jacob Fatu. This guy is a monster. WWE wanted this guy for years. I've seen him wrestle. He is that good. He's definitely one of the strongest guys they got in MLW right now. And he has energy for days. Could do a whole bunch of cool shit in the ring. Just like Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's on the bigger side. He could do a lot of cool things, just like this guy. He could do a lot of cool things. Both those guys could take a lot of punishments. Like I said, the energy between these two would be orgasmic. Trust me, if you don't know who Jacob Fatu is, he's definitely one of the better people in wrestling right now when it comes to heavyweight division side, for sure. Normally, I would say Moose versus Omega. Which wouldn't be that bad either way, but definitely Jacob Fatu's a bigger dream match than Moose versus Kenny Omega, especially nowadays. So, that's it for now. Let me know who I missed, who should be on the card, like a Claudio or a Pac or Malachi Black, or some people from Impact Wrestling, like a Kenny King and the Honor No More tribe over there. Some people from Violent by Design. Let me know who definitely should be on the show. That's it for now. Clack off.